Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Midnight's Edge After Dark, the weekend edition. It's Friday. I hope everybody had a good week, had a good New Year's Eve, good New Year's Day. We've made the Friday. With me, as always, is Mr. Tom Connors.
Hello there. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm speaking on behalf of the audience, I assume. I hope they are well. So
They're doing
good.
super. Thanks for asking.
I'm super. Thanks for asking. Yes. I love South Park. With us as always, and with us once again is Mr. Tyler Bioshock.
Hello. Boy, my day was rough. I had a hard day's night.
Mm-hmm. You were working like a dog.
Yep.
And you had a hard. You should be sleeping like a log. So,
I'm gonna say.
yes. Okay.
Mecca should be along shortly.
Yes, Mecca will be strolling in very shortly. We got some news. We got some lively banter. We've got all kinds of stuff. Let's head over. Let's start with the news that's first on the docket, as the thumbnail indicates. The Picard series. Even though this sounds like good news on the surface, we should still be worried, shouldn't we?
Perhaps. Yeah. Well, we'll get into that after you read the story. But yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm taking this from Trek Movie. Alex Kurtzman talks Canon and Patrick Stewart's influence on Star Trek Picard show. It's 2019, which means the all-new CBS All Access Star Trek series featuring Patrick Stewart's return to the role of Jean-Luc Picard is coming this year. We still don't know a lot about the show, but we are now learning more about it, about how it came to be and how involved the star of the show is in his return to the 24th century. Stewart wants to protect the next-gen legacy. Pardon me. Pardon, damn it. I gotta get a sip of water here. Sorry, people. This is what happens when you do a live show. Stretch while I get a sip of water here.
Rob was doing that while he was drinking water. That wasn't me.
Yes. Yes. I'm about to make Jeff Dunham eat your heart out. Okay. In a new interview with Digital Spy, executive producer Alex Kurtzman acknowledged that it wasn't easy to convince Sir Patrick Stewart to return to the role, saying getting him to say yes was its own amazing thing. The man in charge of expanding Star Trek for television also gave some details on what motivated Stewart's change of heart. Patrick needed to make sure that we were coming from the right place and that we wanted to protect what next gen means. He always does this. Always. If you think I'm exaggerating, this is how it reads. What next gen means to so many people. And what his character specifically means to so many people. He said that twice.
Did Kurtzman write it himself?
I was going to say, I don't think they actually fixed his shit this time. That's why. They're making him sound like the idiot he is.
He writes exactly, he talks exactly the same way he writes. And he continues on. And that was really about several conversations back and forth, exploring his instincts, our instincts. Ultimately, our job is to make him feel comfortable and safe and to protect the show. And
okay, you're adding this now. You have to.
No, I swear to God, I'm not shielded from anything that would break it in the wrong way. I swear to God, I'm not. Oh my God, he is an idiot.
And I thought I used "and" too much in my words.
And he's an idiot.
And he has no grasp on like basic sentence structure, and he's a professional writer. Think about that for a minute. Just think about that. Anyway, Stewart is hands-on.
Quiet for a minute.
Yeah, the show will go nowhere. Sir Patrick is also an executive producer on the new show, and from the way Kurtzman describes it, the star is very much involved in crafting this Star Trek, The Next Generation follow-up series. He was there in the writer's room for 2 weeks at the beginning of the experience, sitting with the writers. Everybody was talking together about what they wanted this show to be. And that's very special. Patrick will send us beautifully written emails about what he feels about Picard and where he feels Picard has been. That's so
I
inspirational.
feel Picard has been wherever there is boobies and money, as Slithering Peanut says. And if you have both, I love you.
Take a
So-
shower, there's an and here.
So Sir Patrick Stewart, your ideal woman is someone like Khloe Kardashian, boobies and money.
Hell yes.
Oh wow, we've
You
learned
could
something.
set a beer on that ass
Oh
I thought that
wow.
was Kim.
while you watch football. And I mean, of course, real football, not that crap you guys play.
Oh, come on! You spent all that time in Los Angeles. You're not an American football fan, old man Picard.
Do I look like I'd be a football fan?
No.
I do like cheerleaders.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, old man Picard.
I did date the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Is her name Debbie?
All of them.
All of them are named Debbie.
No, I've dated all of them. I don't know what the fuck their names is. You think I asked? You
I
got
don't-
that many girls. You're asking for trouble if you're trying to think I remember somebody's name. It's like, hey, you, cutie, over here.
You enjoy boxing more because you can punch people and they still have the cheerleaders.
I love Boxing Day. I always
Did-
get a sweater.
Yes. Did the cheerleaders perform the pyramid for you?
You might be saying that.
Okay. Thank you, old man Picard. Exploring
What
how
is
to
it,
connect,
buddy?
exploring how to connect the new show to with established canon. This is where it gets sticky. The new series is expected to be set 20 years after the events of Star Trek Nemesis, which would put it in the year 2399. Getting continuation of the next, getting a continuation of the Star Trek story after Voyager and Nemesis is something many fans have been hoping to see. It is an open question as to what the new show will be like, especially in relation to what was established in 21 seasons and 4 feature films set in the 24th century. Kurtzman spoke briefly about how they are approaching the issue. It's fun to think about how to connect to canon while freeing yourself from it technologically. We are still exploring that. That's a deep dive. That takes literally a year to figure out. If it's taking you a year to figure it out, then obviously you have no clue what you're doing. So that's pretty much the end of that. And Alex Kurtzman proves once again he's still an idiot.
Are we sure a monkey didn't write this?
I'm really not fully convinced one didn't. I really am.
I
I'm
like
really not.
monkeys, especially when they wear the little vest.
And when they roller skate and smoke cigars.
They do? Oh, that sounds adorable. Get me 2 of them.
Slithering Peanut says, fun fact, Marina Sirtis is a huge soccer/football fan. I met her at a Comic-Con a couple years ago.
Ooh, nice.
I liked Adam Carolla's bit on the old man show. When I am king, no more calling soccer football. Football will be called football and soccer will be called fag ball. I'm like, ah. That was a funny show.
Straight to hell for that one.
Oh,
OG
yeah.
Spock says old man Picard probably has a porn addiction like Bortus. No, because for it to be an addiction, it has to be a problem. I don't have
How
a
many-
problem with it.
How many families have you killed?
What day of the week?
You know how they say when you get to heaven, you have to pay for your sins. That's what they make you do. They give you a stack of money, and you start shelling out money for your sins. Just self, masturbation.
There
That's
was
a cheap.
comedian
That's a
who
cheap
did
one.
that as a bit. Who
Yeah.
was that?
That was actually Father Guido Sarducci.
Okay, yeah, you just talked about it. Yeah.
I didn't mention because I was not on the show for the Orville, but I'm pretty sure there was a Voyager episode where they pretty much bluntly just say, "Yeah, we do porn with the holodeck."
I don't remember that, but like I said, there was the one called Blood Fever where the doctor came up with a girl for work, and like I said, they got to be doing that. I mean, they had that whole holodeck thing of Risa. I mean, which is just pretty much like Hedonism 2 or 3 or 1. A friend of mine, actually, him and his wife they said his wife wanted to go to hedonism, and he didn't. He's like, I mean, I'm not going to go to hedonism. I'm like, why not? It's you're going with her. I mean, he's I don't want any. I heard about what goes on there. I don't want anybody to see me naked. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to be seeing them naked too, so it kind of balances out. He's like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Like, yeah, that's what I'm here for, to think of these things. So
I bet the old man Picard's fantasy was probably going back to Burning Man.
Old man Picard, did you ever go to Burning Man?
No, because it's hot. I don't like hot things near my penis.
But you can roll around in the mud, and that's supposed to cool you off.
What's a Burning Man, and why is it burning?
I think he had gonorrhea. That's why.
See, that's why I don't go.
Yes, old man Picard. Oh, boy. It's actually more fun to talk to old man Picard about his adventures than it is to just talk about the train wreck that this Picard series is going to be.
Well, let's seriously get into this for a moment, though, and kind of break it apart. What is Alex really saying here? Is he basically kind of telling us in code that, don't worry, we don't have to adhere to the 25% differences when it comes to Picard?
Sounds like it. But then he says it's freeing about he could do whatever he wants.
Well, yeah, that's because it's set in the future. What we kept telling him, if you'd have done Discovery in the future, half the people wouldn't have had the problem they had with the show.
That's what they've wanted since 2009.
They wanted to free them. They wanted people. Yeah, people wanted a post Nemesis series movie ever since Enterprise was canceled.
Well, everybody's getting sick of them going backwards. Yeah, because Enterprise was like, yeah, that was good. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. Well, like we always said, the big problem with doing prequels is that you are taking this huge universe and you are making it smaller, because now you have a start point, but you also have to end at a certain point. You have to do everything you can to make it end a certain way.
George Lucas is so guilty of that.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, because R2-D2 was, he knew C-3PO all those years ago, and C-3PO was made by Darth Vader. I'm like, oh, for the love of Christ.
Oh, and look at that. Oh boy. And it's Star Trek is such a huge universe, and like I said, you're just making it smaller. And finally, they're getting the message. They're starting, and there's no doubt that this is gonna somehow. The more I think about it, the more I think this is gonna replace Discovery, or it's gonna be like an apology for.
Well,
Discovery.
we've already kind of figured that Discovery is pretty much DOA. I have a feeling that Mecca's right, that last episode that they're adding on is to tie up all the loose ends, if there is any.
Well, they'll tie up the loose ends, but they'll just leave, and they'll leave the door open just enough so in case that they, by some miracle, they'll come back.
I think they already know it's done. I think that they're just kind of, it's like they're going through the motions and they're just trying to save face. Because now that with Disney and Fox deal and Orville's getting great reviews and shit, it's done for STD.
Yeah, we can now say Orville has better reviews than STD.
Yes. Oh, I love the Orville. Oh.
The last 2 episodes were so good.
Yeah. Gary over at Nerdronic wasn't too crazy about the last episode.
Really? They had more emotion than any episode of STD.
Well, maybe he did. I didn't see his video yet, but did he have some of the issues I did with the first half and stuff? Or
no, he thought it was good. But he thought, how did he put it? Not that it was contrived. It just like I say, he just thought that oh god, I go watch his video. He explains it. Just throw.
All right, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I can't remember offhand.
That's fine.
Yeah,
2 for 2 for me.
I don't want to get it wrong either. I don't want to get what he's saying.
No, that's why I said you don't want to put words in his mouth either. So, but no, that's the funny thing is one of, if not both of these episodes were holdover from last season, from what we've been told, which is funny why the reviews would have changed so much. Which I think Mecca and I and everybody else kind of came to the same conclusion. They didn't fucking watch it last year.
No. Well, they watched 3 episodes and then they thought they
watched the pilot.
They watched the pilot and they watched 2 subsequent episodes. And this show The Orville was being sold as a comedy. If you look at all the previews, not all the previews, the initial preview that they premiered during the upfronts, it makes it look like it's a comedy. It really does. And then when you finally see it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a sci-fi show. But it has some comedic elements in it. But it does. It makes it look like a comedy. And I think a lot of the critics had no idea what the show was really supposed to be. And again, a lot of them, I think a lot of critics just hate Seth MacFarlane. And a lot of them, I think a lot of them were now they feel they have permission to give it a good review because they see the fans and they say, "Oh well, I guess it is diverse. I guess I can like it now. Oh look, they do tackle social issues. Oh, this is okay. You know what I mean? It's like they're coming around because they've allowed themselves to see the show, see what it for what it is.
You're being too nice to them, Rob. They came around because of fucking mouse ears.
Yeah, I am being nice. that's what I'm not. But yeah, you think so?
I know so. That was not even subtle.
Praise us or you lose access.
Well, look at that. I brought it up just what was it? I think it was on the main podcast, the show we did with Andre on the main channel. Eric Kelly had asked a question and it led me to saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an uptick in the Orville's ratings for the second season, considering Fox is now basically owned by Disney. Sure as shit, what the hell happens? And not only is it's like I said, it's not even subtle at all. It's up to 100%. At least it wasn't last I looked. How do you go from 24% to 100%? And one of these episodes for sure be from the last season because you didn't fucking watch the last season. That's why. Yeah, and if you did or didn't, it doesn't matter. You're just being nice to it because of mouse ears. It's not rocket science. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Also, they're marketing a lot better now because now the comedy isn't as front and the center in the trailers.
I think it has everything to do with Disney. Because you had, if you haven't watched, Tyler, I recommend, if you haven't watched Mecca's video on the whole ratings deal, she breaks right up. She goes like, the same exact critic said this last season, and they say the opposite this season. It's like, how can you say it? It's the same damn show. Nothing has changed.
Oh, I saw it. I saw that. Yeah, she later went through some lady who said, it's annoying, skip it. Now she's going, it's a great show.
About all of the sophomore humor and dick and fart jokes. And then, now it's a touching, endearing show with really rich characters or something like that. Yeah. It's like you did not watch it originally or you're just making this shit up now. One or the other.
Yeah, that's too dramatic a leap to actually make with just, 7
Exactly.
episodes.
Especially when one of the episodes is from the last season at least.
Yeah. Is this a bad time? Is this a bad time to tell you that I accidentally stopped my timer?
You're talking about me? Oh no.
We were always talking about you. We've only got 2 stories tonight, really, anyway. So, Mecca, what's your whole take on this Picard issue with Kurtzman saying about Canon and glad that it's beyond Nemesis and da 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 da?
Is there new stuff, or is this still the same old bullshit that they've been?
Well, this is the story I think that came out last night while we were on the air, which is why we pushed it till today.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
Rob, can you send her the link real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put the link in the chat in our chat here.
Slipping Penis making the argument that the Orville's conservative. I don't know. I don't see that personally, but
not sure on that part. Why would it be? Yeah, it's far from conservative, actually.
Like, have you seen Seth MacFarlane's Twitter feed? Believe me, he's not like that.
No.
Well, and I think maybe unless he's thinking, like I said last night, because like at first glance, you could see the Bordas situation with his kid as, if you just look at it on the surface, it's somebody who's anti-trans or whatever. No, it's not. It's taking like I said last night, real quick, I'm trying to get what I said, but basically is, no, they're taking the subject that you think you have a problem with, or they think that people have a problem with, they're flipping it on its head and at the same time making the point while looking at it from the other direction. In this case, the whole idea is that they're forcing gender upon their child.
Yeah, the one person in the whole conflict about the choosing the gender for Topa that did not have a say in it was Topa. That, and I mean, and that was kind of the end. At the end, why can't we let Topa decide when she gets old enough? Would you have her decide for herself?
I'm so happy they're going back to About a Boy because that was the best episode last season.
And the other thing, this is who she was born. This is who she was born as. She was born this way. That doesn't necessarily make it wrong.
All right, I'm skimming through this. This looks a lot like, I think they've already said pretty much everything here. It's going to be 20 years in the future. They're going to try and make him a different Picard, right? And they're going to try and basically tie in Discovery with this stuff, right? It's going to be darker. Yeah. It's going to be a different Picard.
Well, let's ask him. Old man Picard, are you going to be different in this series?
Different how? I'm not going to be dancing the hoochie coochie as a lady, if that's what you mean.
Yes, you're still gonna have a penchant for large-breasted women on the bridge.
Well, if you call it a pension, I guess. Yes.
still like
bad.
Yes.
Do you still want Marina Sirtis?
Certainly.
Tim Augustin, thank you for the $5 super chat. Every time you get angry, I feel like Emperor Palpatine is sitting on the throne, tempting Luke to join the dark side. Someone get my poking stick. It's late. No, it's late. I can't really get loud. It's
You want this, don't you?
I am defenseless. Strike me down, and your journey to the dark side will be complete.
Pretty good.
Oh, you are worried about your friends on the moon base.
Oh, the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Tom Rothman was the Emperor Palpatine?
Oh no, he wasn't. I auditioned for that part, but they said I was too whiny. I don't understand. So, okay, all right. What else we got to talk about here?
Well, Dynamo 75 is picking on my Picard impression. I know it's not that great.
It's old man Picard,
it's
though.
It started as from Logan, where he's like, "You all are just waiting for me to fucking die." So I just kind of stretched it out from there. I know it's not great, but
yes, it's supposed to be old man Picard. That's the thing. Mirror highlight. Nothing against American football. Just the name is wrong. It's a game that a foot touch a ball less than one time. Well, most of the scoring back in the day was done by kicking the ball. You just kick field goals. You did kick extra point after touchdowns, and you do something called a drop kick, which is worth 3 points. So that's why we call it football. That's why it got the name. So
is that sports ball?
Yeah,
yes.
we call it. People feel the need to call it American football, but so
American football.
American.
It has more in common with rugby, which is funny.
Yeah, it actually does. Actually, if that's football, what's gridiron? Gridiron is what the game is played on. It's played on gridiron. It's called gridiron because of the steaks. They used to cook steaks. They used to cook it on a grill. It was like literally like vertical metal rack that you would cook a steak on, and it would leave the marks on it. And that's what the field looks like when you look at it. It looks like a gridiron. That's so. And this edition of Sports History has been brought to you by Midnight's Edge After Dark.
No sarcasm. Yeah. I think Tom Rothman is a bit of a seductress because I think didn't he tempt over M. Night Shyamalan from Disney?
Oh yes, I did. I offered him a very lucrative deal.
Yeah, for The Happening. What a masterpiece.
And hold on, and you would kick the steaks and make a sports ball goal. Yes, OG Spock love, you kick the stakes. Yes, so you kick the stakes.
No, that's more baseball. Bull Durham taught me that if you hit the ball,
Two-on flip. By the time soccer was introduced in American football was too popular, and lots of small towns were too far away. Plus, we're not good at it. Mary High. Okay, do you mind if I just hijack the conversation for a minute here?
Yeah.
Okay. You know why the reason why? Okay. You know why the reason why soccer isn't, or what you guys call football, over there? Do you know why it's not very big here? Because you can't make any money at it. The average soccer salary in America is $140,000 a year. Okay, you make $140,000. You make $450,000 just being a rookie in the NFL. You make what was the rookie salary? The max, you make $550,000 being a rookie in the NBA. The max rookie salary in the NBA is $825,000. You make hold on, just let me finish this point. You can make $4.5 million playing basketball just being quote unquote average. $5.5 million playing baseball just being average. $2 million playing American football just being average. $1.5 million in playing hockey just being average. Where's the incentive for a kid to dedicate his life to a game he's never going to be rich playing?
Good point.
Well, I was going to say, didn't they try like 5-10 years ago to get soccer in the U.S. and it just didn't catch on?
They've kept trying. Like MLS, look, we're over here. Look, we're soccer. Love us. Yeah, and they keep trying to promote the World Cup here, and it's just like, the only people who really seem to like it are hipsters who want a sport to say, yeah, you just don't understand. And the other thing too about
curling. Curling is a sport you don't understand.
Curling's awesome. I love it. I love it. Curling is shuffleboard played on when you standing on the ice. Nate and Box, unless if it's Europe, then soccer player make you richer playing America. Yeah, but you know what, kids, okay, you know what, kids don't. A lot of kids, why again? You don't get to see soccer here in America. You don't get to see the English. Yeah, the English Premier League is on in America, but you know how many people? You know what the ratings are for the English Premier League? Yeah, English Premier League 800,000.
They're still
As
better
the
than
Hispanic
golf.
population rises, soccer will rise in popularity. They've been saying that since the 1970s, King of Scotland. And seriously, every 20 years, just you wait. Don't you wait. Soccer, just you wait. In 20 years, in the year, when I heard that when I was a kid, in 1975, just you wait. In 1985, in 1995, in 2005, by the year 25, if Man U is still alive,
Are those viewings even worse than like the live shows for, I don't know, golf?
Probably.
That's a sport I do not understand watching live.
Let me tell you, MLS. The reason why they sold out a lot of games in the last few years, because they gave away a lot of their tickets.
Well, they said that football players are higher pay over there as far as soccer player goes. How much does the average greatest soccer player make over there? Like between what is the? I can't imagine they make as much money over there as football does.
I got a good example here. When I went to Atlanta 2 years ago to a convention, I think like Argentina and Colombia were playing there for one of the playoff games to get in the World Series. There were more people at the convention.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is, like I said, you bring up Europe, you bring up kid, like I said, kid, the whole thing. Actually, I was there were 200 people gathered in downtown Denver. Colorado Rapids won 200. Yeah, you know what we call that in New York? Tuesday. 200 people at one place is not that big a deal.
I think Tuesday is being a bit nice, more like never.
I'm the opposite, Blue Cap.
You get 200 in New York. You get 200 people gathered around a building. If they see a guy on a ledge chanting "jump, jump, jump,"
like 200 people is Harlem in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, it's hard to get kids to dedicate their lives to a game they're not going to be rich playing. And by the time they hit high school, they're playing baseball, they're playing basketball, they're playing football. You know, like I said, it's soccer play. You know, people know David Beckham. They don't. I had an Irish guy in a bar one time. He got pissed off because nobody knew who Maradona was. I'm like, listen, I just heard this guy right now. He's like, oh, it's the most popular game. And the other thing, another thing too here is soccer fans, you need to calm the fuck down. Okay, here's the thing. You're not going to make this game any popular by insulting Americans for not liking it.
For Americans, it's a game for like 8-year-old girls, though.
Yes,
that's a problem.
It's a game. Yeah, it's a game that moms shuttle their kids in vans to go because they don't want to, they don't want their kids to get hurt.
Like lacrosse.
But like I said, but the other thing too is whenever this is how the conversation goes with somebody, a soccer fan and an American. You know what? I really don't like the low scoring. Oh, it's the most popular game in the world. You know what? I don't like 0-0 ties. Oh, but it's the most popular game in the world. The action's slow, but it's the most popular game in the world. I don't like the guys faking industry. Well, you're just too stupid to understand this game. Like, yes, Americans, the people who put men on the moon are too stupid to understand. Kick the ball in the net. Okay,
well, like I said, it's a game for 8-year-old girls. How smart do you have to be to understand it? I mean,
kick the ball in the net is not that difficult to get a handle on.
I'm not going to gain any fans by saying this, but I'm sorry. Soccer to me was always just hockey without the contact and ice.
Yeah, that too.
Hockey has fist fights.
Yeah, there's. I'll just leave this. There's a great thing that great quote that Keith Olbermann said one time about soccer. He says he doesn't know the etymology of this quote. He said, "Soccer in America, soccer is a sport of the future, and it always will be."
We have to quote that episode of The Simpsons where the sports comes to them and they all are bored senseless by it, and they got to start a riot to have fun.
Oh, you call this a soccer riot?
That's like no. The best part is like they kicks to the field, holds it, and the Spanish going. No. And the Spanish guy's going like kicks to the left, kicks to the right. He holds it.
Yeah, Blue Cat. Not to sound pompous, but we've been talking about football all stream. No, okay, we're done. That's all. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, we have another story. Anyway.
Yeah, don't quick get Rob to rant about the Knicks. The Knicks are on right now. The Knicks are actually up 3 over the LA Lakers.
Are they?
Yeah, actually now they're up 1. 84-83. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Okay, let's yeah.
All right. Our next story.
I know the Knicks are headed for a lottery pick, so you're not really saying anything. So
better than talking about the Jets and my dad. Oh my god, that's a mess.
Your dad's not Joe Beningo, is it?
No, but I'm gonna make sure there's no ladders around here after that last Patriots game.
Brother. Let me see. Ratpac Dune. I'm pulling up the deadline story since you got it up. Yeah, now the Knicks are down 1. Who's this? Somebody just launched a 3 from like half court. Like, that's the shot you take? Oh, man. I wonder why this team only has 9 wins on the season. Michelle Yeoh, Crazy Rich Asians felt like Little Miracle, the Contenders. Oh, come on. Where the hell is this?
See, I like what OG Spocklove has to say. Boobies.
Boobies, yes, boobies.
I thought that was Mikey Spock.
Sil Kritori. Thank you for $5 super chat. To me, soccer hooligans are more entertaining. They're crazy. Yes, they are.
Kind of are.
Well, here we don't even have proper soccer hooligans in America. We have hipsters.
Yeah.
Well, Ohio State fans where I live are pretty shitty.
Hipsters, man boobies. Somebody say Patriots.
I got man boobies.
Yes. Okay.
Patriots, yeah.
Warner Brothers exercises matching rights to win Ratpac Dune library, $290 million to $300 million. Picture of the very lovely Gal Gadot, whatever her name is.
I never been able to pronounce her last name.
Oh, whatever.
You're waiting for Godot.
So Warner Brothers has just swooped in and exercised its right to match the winning bid. It has bought the Ratpac Dune library that consists of 15 to 25% of 76 big ticket films that the studio co-financed with the help of Ratpac Dune through its slate deal. Slate deal? What the hell is a slate deal? Sources confirmed. Deadline revealed late last year that Vine Alternative Investments, which last year bought a controlling interest in Village Roadshow and acquired the Manchester Film Library, had all but agreed to a deal in the $290 million to $300 million range. The one caveat was that Warner Brothers reserved the right to match. It isn't going to make Vine happy, but they and other suitors essentially established the bar, and Warner Brothers met it. The library was expected to fetch about $250 million when the auction started in November, brokered by financial advisor Alan Mnuchin of AGM Partners. He's the brother of Steven Mnuchin.
I was about to say.
He looks like a Bond villain, that guy with, Steve Mnuchin with the big glasses and the whole stand over a stack of money. Well, anyway.
The wife doesn't help either.
Yeah. The suspiciously hotter wife than he is handsome,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not to talk about politics, but come on. Everyone says, "Oh, how does he get a woman like that?" Really? You got to ask. I mean, he pulls up in the car, big, huge limousine. Hi, I'm Steve Mnuchin. I'm from Goldman Sachs.
Money?
Want to take a ride?
Did somebody say money?
Exactly.
Is he single?
Money makes up for a lot of shortcomings. Yeah. The former Ratpac principal, okay, devices say 1 point. Even though the percentage of ownership of the films wasn't as high as some library sales, this drew multiple bidders in the mix because the titles were so attractive and the revenue was so reliable. The library consists of minority stakes in films that include Gravity, Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Suckage, the Lego Movie, Creed, Annabelle, Godzilla, American Sniper, Mad Max Fury Road, It what? It just says It. Who's It? Are you It?
Steve?
It?
Steve is it.
And Dunkirk. Or the movie I want to see, Drunkirk. So at that time, sources said this was about the most attractive library to hit the market in at least a decade. The library consists of films. Yeah, Drunkirk. Films financed by Ratpac. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Warner Brothers just... All right, yeah, yada, yada. Nobody cares.
I've had one too many to drink.
Didn't Steve Mnuchin work for Ratpac Dunes? Because he was on Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Much like a tick is the thing that he found out by accident.
His name is on Wonder Woman as well, I believe.
All right. Should I go over the list of films here?
Sure.
Yeah, do so real quick. That's just a list, yeah.
Okay, Gravity, Grudge Match, The Lego Movie, A Winter's Tale, 300, Rise of an Empire, Godzilla, Blended, Edge of Tomorrow, Jersey Boys, Tammy, Midnight Special, How to Be Single, In the Heart of the Sea, Creed, Our Brand is Crisis, Pan, The Intern, Black Mass, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Into the Storm, If I Stay, This Is Where I Leave You, Annabelle, The Judge, Horrible Bosses 2, Inherent Vice, American Sniper, Jupiter Ascending, Vacation, Magic Mike XXL, Max, Entourage, San Andreas, Mad Max Fury Road, Hot Pursuit, Get Hard, Giggity, Run All Night, Focus, Batman vs. Superman, The Barbershop, The Next Cut, Keanu, The Nice Guys, Me Before You, The Conjuring 2, Central Intelligence, The Legend of Tarzan, Lights Out, Suicide Squad, War Dogs, Ready Player One, Tomb Raider, Night Game, The 1517 to Paris, Paddington Station, Paddington 2, Justice League, Sully, Storks, The Accountant, Collateral Beauty, Live by Night, The Lego Movie, Lego Batman Movie, Geostorm, the Lego Ninjago movie. I'm trying to go too fast. It, Anvil Creation, Dunkirk, Warhorse, Wonder Woman, Everything, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Boo, Unforgettable, Fist Fight, Kong, Skull Island, Chips, Going Style, and Godzilla.
Oh no, they say he's got to go.
Okay, I guess if you want to be single, being in the heart of the sea sure helps.
Oh boy. So
yeah, basically what Warner was doing was retaining what was left of the rights to these features, especially the DC ones. They're not going to want to let somebody else get their hands on part of the rights. So it's just a small percentage on a lot of them, but still.
Half those were successful.
No, it says game night, not night game. No, it says night game right here.
I think it's supposed to be game night.
I think it's supposed to be game night, though.
Well,
who cares?
Deadline, proofread your shit.
There's one name we haven't heard, right? Is Hobo Man Brett Ratner getting anything from this?
Probably. He's director. I mean, he's got to get something out of this deal.
It is his
Director on
company.
Feedies.
Yeah. And J3.0 says Brett Ratner must be pissed as fuck. I don't know about that. He's the one who fucked himself over. It's his own.
So many words.
But so what does this really mean? I don't think it changes a whole lot.
Well, what they did is stop some other company from getting their grubby paws on some of their most, some of the bigger films that Warner's had over the last decade.
Yeah.
Whether they were technically hits or not. Like I said, do you really think Warner Brothers wants to let any of their DC movies go anywhere else as far as, and it's just a small percentage of rights. I don't even know the percentage, but I'm sure it's only like 10 or 12%, something like that probably. Because it was just Ratpac was one of the producers on it. They put some money into it.
Just I mean, I'm looking at this picture of Wonder Woman. I'm like, how Wonder Woman, all I kept hearing, Wonder Woman is a feminist icon, really a model in a metal corset with carrying a whip.
That was created by a man.
Created by a man who lived with two women.
Well, I was going to say that's a loaded statement. There's a lot more to that. Not only was he a man who was all about polygamy,
yeah,
and BDSM.
Wonder Woman was a BDSM metaphor.
Exactly, that's what I was getting to.
It's not really hard to figure out.
There are panels where they show Wonder Woman being spanked. I'm not making that up.
Well, first of all, the only way you can make her take her powers away are what, Rob?
Tying her hands. Sorry.
No, that's fine either way. So right there, that was obvious, and like Rob said, there's a lot of very suggestive covers and panels in the books when she's being spanked or in like large.
Let's pull one up. Huh.
I'm sure you could find a few, yeah.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't she also do something with like Lois Lane at some point too?
That's possible, but well, we're getting at those initially. Like the whole point was, he was trying to hide it. Marsden was his name, right?
Yeah, James
William Moulton Marston.
Yeah, James Marsden is the actor. Never mind.
Yeah, close, but no cigar. Yeah. So, like I say, and he did a lot of sex experiments and stuff. He was a doctor.
He also created the polygraph test, which, lasso of truth.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in there too, and a few other things.
It's probably the weirdest of the big three superhero creation origin stories, because Superman's kind of easy. It's two Jewish kids made a Superman, and Batman's a little bit more difficult. This one's like weird.
I mean,
that's probably one of the more famous ones.
I mean, really, come on, come on,
and she's winking to boot.
Yeah, she's enjoying that.
She looks like it.
But don't give me this shit. Oh, it's so empowering for women. Oh, feminist icon. Oh, strong women. Come on, dear God.
Nothing is wrong with an OG Spock love. It's just the fact that they tried to hide it.
Yeah.
No, it's just the fact that everyone was just glossing over it. Over it.
People gloss over it so much. It's just so many people aren't aware just because it was something from most of the ones from the 40s and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's glossed over about as much as that one time in the 60s when they took away all her superpowers and turned her into Emma Peel.
Well, that was Dennis O'Neil, and he apologized for that.
He should have.
Well, he thought he was doing the right thing. I understand where he was coming from, and he totally understands why it was a bad idea and why it got the backlash it did. So he was trying to make Wonder Woman a more independent, a little bit more relatable and the standard kind of 70s woman. And he thought taking her powers away and giving her karate, she knows karate and all that kind of stuff, made her more realistic, would be making her more desirable to women at the time, especially because women's lib was really hot and everything like that. But he learned the hard way that women were very upset that you took away her powers.
Well, just look at this.
That was a metaphor for taking away her power.
But just look at this. You're a silly girl, Nahal. Let deception rule you. I'm going to cure you of your foolishness by spanking her.
You should also read the panel where they
back then,
You should read the panel where they introduced Dr. Poison. She flat out called it, "You're a woman because your hands are too delicate. No man could act like that."
But they like I said, just ignore. And let me find. I'm gonna find the panel of Carol Danvers that got me in trouble with the Miss Marvel.
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they got me. Carl Manvers, you know,
The one that's going to cost your Senate run in a couple of years.
Oh yeah, I'm screwed. Yeah, I make no bones. I make no bones.
It won't
about
stop that. It'll just stop him from being like a teacher or a librarian.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a biopic on the Wonder Woman creator. I think
you
it
know
was
you
from
can
last
grab
year.
him by the pussy now, and it's okay, right?
You can. This is this
According
is
to the
good to me.
president.
Yeah,
She may be a lesbian. Roger Brown says in chat.
I had the same problem.
I bet you this comic was kind of a sexual awakening for some people.
Oh, I'm
It probably
sure.
was. I mean, yeah.
yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Why do you think people probably kept their mouths shut so long about it? They didn't want to know that they knew.
But that was the whole point, though. He was trying to push the boundaries. He was trying
to get it under their noses, and he did successfully for many years because they weren't really paying attention to it. And at that time, BDSM relationships weren't like well known. Like none of that stuff was like out there in the, like it is now with 50 Shades of Grey and all that kind of stuff.
Betty Page was 20 years off.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, it was a more innocent time in quotations, but.
Well, you just didn't talk about it. You didn't talk about any of those sort of things with people,
right.
Unless you were considered like
a deviant.
I don't even know if being a swinger was a thing yet back then.
I don't think it.
So.
I think it was. Well, you had key parties like that. Were
well, sure, but I mean, as far
70s,
as like as prominent and people used to, just basically flat out say, "Oh yeah, we swing," and stuff like that in the 70s.
No, I don't think not until like the 70s until the key parties where
late 60s,
yeah.
early 70s, yeah. But this is
revolution, yeah.
This is the one that got me in trouble with the
why though? It's her.
Because I dared to say that she was saying that she looks good in that. And she was actually putting herself in that.
What year is that issue from?
Because SJWs are fucking stupid. That's why he got in trouble for it.
You don't know anything about feminism. Oh yeah, I know enough that it used to be about choice and about building women up instead of just trying to tear everybody else down.
Giving them empowerment, not making them ugly.
Exactly. You had the right to be sexy if you wanted to be sexy. You could choose to be without being judged, and that's the biggest thing. That's the same thing goes with Baby It's Cold Outside. It was your choice to not be judged at this point, and because you used to like get all these looks like, oh my god, she's a slut, she's loose, she's a whore if you wore a short skirt or.
Kush probably says Bruce Wayne created Nambla.
Oh. But yeah. But like I said, I mean, Marvel has always been all comics are just TNA, and like I said, the thigh-high leather boots and the sash, that's a very common thing. The sash to emphasize the waist.
Well, granted, that was obviously a lot less than most people would walk out the house with, but you just add a skirt to it and it's not much different.
Yeah.
And I want to say this whole SJW thing you're having a problem with, it's because of the participation fucking ribbon generation, because you're not allowed to be prettier than the person because you're making them feel ugly.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I think
Exactly.
Kurt Vonnegut wrote a short story about this where it's like in the universe, everyone cannot be better than anybody else.
Men got past this shit a long time ago. It doesn't matter what you look like. It just matters how much shit you can lift.
Hey, we all look the same in the dark.
Well, look at this way.
It's we beat each other up. Whichever one wins, that's the alpha male. Okay, we got it. Good. Okay, maybe that's what women need to do is just start beating each other up, and then you all know who's in charge.
This is gonna make it so much worse.
I had somebody one time say to me, why are men all what's with the competition and men? Why is it? I said, you know why? Because in the dawn of man, as soon as we could stand upright and carry a club, we walked out of the cave. We saw the guy in the other cave and we said to him, I better than you. I proved now,
Whacked him upside the head. Yep.
Women have
Red
competitions
hand
too. Women are probably worse. Women are like can be super horrible to each other if they think
You need to start beating the hell out of each other and quit taking it out on us.
I know. Well, most women just go behind your back and start shit like that. But no, like women don't.
They're more passive.
Don't just fight it out sometimes, and that's kind of the problem.
And it's simple because men get into an argument, they get in a fist fight. Whoever wins is right.
Mm-hmm.
End of discussion. And you're best friends from that day forward because the other guy knows he can beat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I got into an argument with my friend Jimmy one time, and yeah, so this is the difference between men and women. I got into an argument with my friend Jimmy. He wasn't going out with who he's currently married to, and said, "Oh yeah," he goes. A couple days later, "Oh yeah, I talked to Rob," and his girlfriend goes, "You talked to Rob?" "Yeah, I talked to Rob just now." She says, "Why?" She says, "Why?" He goes, "What do you mean why? You got into an argument with him." "Yeah, just because I got into an argument with him doesn't mean he's still not my best friend." So
I know women to hate each other until something comes, up and they finally have to talk to each other. Men, we usually just get over it unless it's something really bad,
I think women will hate each other until the end of time.
He got a great Jimmy. Yeah, great Jimmy story though. He got drunk one night. I was giving him a ride home, and I found out later that he carries of all things. He was in the Air Force. He used to carry a military knife on him, just in case, because he's training hand-to-hand combat. Lady friend of mine said to me later. He goes, "You do know he's got that knife?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So you're not scared of him? Why should I be? Well, he's carrying with him. So, yeah, but I know he's not going to use it on me. So if he does, I got bigger problems.
Yeah, Slithering Peanut, you're right. Al Bundy was right. Don't try to understand women. Women understand women, and they hate each other. I don't even know if women understand women, to be honest.
There's a great story of that time that Pete Seeger tried to destroy Bob Dylan that one time in the middle of the performance. He forgave him. Joni Mitchell has never, ever forgiven Judy Collins for taking her song and singing it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like we said randomly, it comes back to Noelle Stevenson. "What? How dare you be prettier than I am? I hate my body. I'm going to make you hate yours in the process."
Yeah, that's pretty much how a lot of women think. I'm sorry to say, it is how a lot of women think.
We need a psychiatrist stat.
You can tell, and like I said, you can tell like She-Ra is made by somebody who hates herself, secretly hates her body, and hates. Listen, I'm not saying all gay people hate themselves. Okay,
no.
You can tell it's someone who had a lot of body confidence,
body issues
growing up.
Boy, it's better. It's still better off than the lady who wrote Mary Poppins. She hated women and men in equal measure.
At least she hated everything. She was consistent.
Yeah, but she had a pretty fucked up upbringing too.
Oh God, there's a reason for that, but she really took it out on everybody.
Yeah, but we still got Mary Poppins out of it, so
not because of her.
I know. Well, that's because Walt Disney knows how to make a fucking movie. What can I say?
Yes, there's a great story I read once that apparently in her will it flat out said no Americans or anyone from Disney can ever actually mess with my stuff. Boy, that will's a bit hilarious now.
Yeah.
Like whoever your descendants are, I'm like, well, those descendants do not give a shit about you.
I agree with her that we probably shouldn't have gotten another movie, though. I don't know. I know you've seen it, and I don't remember if you said you liked it very much. You said it's basically.
I not particularly loving it now. But yeah, we don't really need one of those, but well, it's here now.
It looks like a shot-for-shot kind of remake, or just like a knockoff.
In the previews.
Like I want to make a Mary Poppins movie, but I don't have the rights to anything, so I'm going to do all sound-alike stuff.
It kind of is like that. It's so close it could be considered a remake, but there's enough differences that it's kind of a sequel in almost barest the minimum ways. But if you're a book reader, weirdly enough, it has actual characters from the book, and I think Mary Poppins is actually characterized a lot closer to the book. So I don't know what to make of it, really.
I like the Simpsons version of Mary Poppins.
Sherry Poppins.
Sherry Poppins. If you cut every corner, it is really not so bad. It's the American way.
You know, it's funny. I'm pretty sure P.L. Travers would have loved to see Julie Andrews get hit by a jet.
Yeah.
She was that much of a bitch.
I love the song with Barney and Mo.
Oh, buy me a beer.
Yeah, move it, you drunk, or I'll blast your rear end. I've got $2, then come in, my friend.
You know, that actually was going to be Julie Andrews, but I think she turned it down because of how horrifying it was.
No, I think it actually was Julie Andrews, wasn't it?
No, it was not. It was Tress MacNeille.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
It's the only all-time great endings of a Simpsons episode. We'll see
I think
her
Julie
again
Andrews
soon.
did a voice on a different episode, though.
Yeah, she's on an episode, not that one.
Yeah, sucked right into the intake of a passing jet. Oh, boy.
I don't like Emily Blunt. Chris Perza says it's almost impossible to compare Emily Blunt to Julie Andrews. I don't think she holds a candle to her. I don't like Emily Blunt. So
she's actually not a bad singer.
I'll be blunt.
But on one hand, they don't try to act like it's the same character anymore. It's why they go closer to the book. But on the other hand, that also makes the problem of, well, now you really can't even see Julie Andrews at all there. So,
No, I don't. To me, she looks like she has resting bitch face all the time too. That don't help.
And when I say the character's closer to the book version, I say that kind of how Daniel Craig's closer to Bond. He's not quite there because she's still too pretty in P.L. Travers' eyes, and she apparently did not want her to ever wear the color red. Freaking movie, she wears red all the time, so middle finger there.
Yeah, boy. Okay, Tyler, you saw the Mary Poppins movie, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's true. There is a BMX bike scene in it.
Yes, in the last third act, when they got to get to the bank and they got to do quick action stuff like every single movie nowadays, yeah, they're BMXing everywhere, and it's a bit weird.
Yes, because as we all know, BMX it supposedly takes place 25 years after.
It's like the 30s now.
1920 or 1930s, yeah.
It's like the Depression's going on into 30s. I'm like,
yes, because BMX was huge in the 1930s, as we all know.
Yeah.
What, you didn't know nannies were really big into BMX? Come on.
Well, considering it wasn't even invented until the 70s.
What is this, 1986? Jeez, come on.
Yeah. Also, the cameo, not cameo, but there's a small role played by Angela Lansbury as like an old lady with balloons, and the role is so clearly written for Julie Andrews, it's almost hilariously obvious.
Oh, brother. Oh, do we have any more news? Not to derail this, but
no, it's okay.
No. Do we have any more news?
No, I don't think there was, other than the Warner Brothers story.
Oops, I broke Rob. Hold on. No. OG Spock, no, it takes a lot to break me.
I say I've tried.
I'm a comedian. Damn it. I quicksand porn.
It kills at my places.
I've tried, and the man has broke me instead.
Patrick Ollinger, Rob, do you like the Beastmaster movie? I like the first one.
I actually like the second one, and it's hard to find now. I don't know if it stands up, but that's just it. It's like I haven't seen it since like 1990, whatever. I always kind of like the second one. I don't know. Maybe it's not as good as I remember, but.
Kush, no, I did not have a mongoose. My brother had the mongoose. I was just building bikes out of spare parts.
I haven't seen the third one, I don't think.
To answer your question, Blue Cat, if you love the original to death, maybe you'll like it.
Which one?
Maybe
The
not.
Mary Poppins?
Yeah, it's like if you're the biggest hardcore fan, maybe you could find
I would
it
say
fun.
not, because I am like a hardcore fan of it, and I, in a sense that it's like one of my favorite Disney movies, and I have no desire to see it whatsoever.
That's the problem. People always think hardcore fans are easier to please. They're harder to please. Like I think I tore apart Beauty and the Beast so much because I'm like, oh, this insulted me.
Well, and I even said in my review of Beauty and the Beast that I'm not a fan. I feel sorry for the fans because I would be pissed if they did this to the classic. If something I was, was that attached to.
Like, look, this is I wouldn't call this a family program, but I'm like, Emma Watson, I have so many words for you, so many words, and I will not say them here.
It's almost as bad as that Psycho remake.
It really, seriously, was like the remake that made me seriously think of Psycho so much. And even Gus Van Sant admitted that was an experiment to see if he could even make it work.
Well, not just that. Did you see his newer interview about that? He said that nobody else would do it.
I don't know if I fully believe that because I
do kind of get what he's saying. Because why else would you want to just make a shot-for-shot remake?
Like his first
You
excuse.
can ruin anybody's chances of doing a straight up remake anytime soon.
You know, and that's actually that's the biggest problem we have with the X-Men movie. Now we're not going to get, if this ends up getting released, we're not going to get this story for at least another 15 to 20 years.
I think if it does get released, that's because Kevin Feige never planned on using Dark Phoenix. That's why.
Mary Hyland. Oh, Emma Watson was miscast. Can you say understatement? Because literally every single aspect of that performance falls apart miserably. And I'm not even having to compare that to the original lady because I know her. I mean, just in general, oh my God. So bad. For someone that acted in front of CGI her whole life, you would think she would have learned how to act in front of CGI. Guess she never did.
Okay. Here's the question. Let's go around. We're gonna name a bad movie that we all like. Okay. Let's just
I got an easy answer right off the bat. Happy Time Murders.
Okay. All right.
This year or in general?
Why in general? Why does it, Tom? Why does it work for you?
Because it's fucking hilarious, even though I know it's basically Who Framed Roger Rabbit with Muppets. I feel like Roger Ebert when him and Siskel were arguing about Predator, and Siskel's like, "It's just Rambo meets Alien," and Roger Ebert's like, "So what?"
Yes, exactly. Mecca.
Oh, maybe like the Hotel Transylvania movies. They're really cookie cutter, predictable bullshit, but they're cute.
Mm-hmm. Tyler?
Oh God, I can't think of anything at the moment. Trying to think of a movie I kind of enjoyed that got bad reviews at least. Oh, there's an old movie from 2002 that got pretty bad reviews called Atlantis: The Lost Empire by Disney. I really legitimately love that movie.
Oh, I know. It's an animated movie, right?
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, I think, does the voice.
Yeah, it was, I believe, Jim Varney's last movie.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like that got torn apart for trying to be mature, but also a Disney movie. I think it works more often than not.
Outer Space. Nathan Box just brought that one up. I don't know why that is considered such a bad fucking movie.
It's not that bad.
I just watched it, and it's actually a lot more competent than I expected it to be.
Yeah, stuff happens for a reason.
Yeah, it's got a natural flow. Sure, it turns from day to light and shit like that, and there's
it's technicalities.
It's actually a pretty well structured story, and like you said, everything is explained. Nothing is left out. You know, like what the fuck was that? No, you know exactly what's going on. Sure, it's cheap. It's a B movie, but it's not that bad.
I'm changing my answer to like the Godzilla movies. Although they're all terribly made, but I love every one of them.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
I think those are fairly well regarded among fans. Howard the Duck's a good one that was brought up. Masters of the Universe. Mm-hmm. Superman 4 has its moments.
Oh, I love Polish Vampire in Burbank, but
that's when you brought up and reminded me about that. I have not seen since I was a kid.
Superman 4 has one good moment, and that's just when the stupid actor they had to get Nuclear Man has to try to say, "I will hurt people." That's about it.
I will hurt people.
I actually have Plan 9 from Outer Space on DVD somewhere. They were giving it away as a bonus when you bought Destroy All Humans for the PS2.
Oh, nice. I think I've got it in a couple of
fun facts. The first Destroy All Humans has the entire movie as a bonus feature.
Yeah. I love that.
I think he means.
No, they gave me like a promo disc, Plan 9 for Outer Space. Yeah,
but it's a great game. Sorry.
Yeah, but Destroy All Humans is a great game. I
love the game. Yeah, the second one's my favorite one, where it comes like James Bond asks with like the Russian spy.
Oh yeah. He goes to London. And
he kills John Steed basically.
Yeah, you read people's thoughts, and that Lennon is a troublemaker, but that McCartney, oh Lord. The girl, read this woman's thoughts. She goes, this girl's thoughts. My brain says, he goes, my heart says Mick Jagger, but my body says Dusty Springfield.
I'm pretty sure in England, I'm pretty sure in London level, some of the women wear like UK dresses, like they're the Spice Girls.
Oh yeah, well that was a common thing back then too.
Makes sense.
Well, actually, bad movie that I like. Actually, I like a lot of bad movies, but one I always say I always name is Sahara with Matthew McConaughey. just because I'm a huge. I've read several. I read the novel. I've read several Clive Cussler novels. There, people say they're not that good. It's cheap, kind of dime store adventure, but they're actually really good, and they're recurring characters, and it's not a bad way to spend 90 minutes. It was supposed to start a franchise.
Is no one going to stand up for Ishtar?
Brett Eisner was the director.
That Thing You Do is also another one that I really like.
I don't know anybody who hates that movie though. So
no, it's not a bad movie, but a lot of people don't ever say it's don't ever name.
Forget about it because it was like kind of overlooked when it came out. Mecca, you didn't answer, did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, Polish Vampire was one of them.
Sorry.
There's a million of great, just a lot of great B movies. Any of the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Those don't count because we're not. They're too easy.
I know, too easy. Horror is too easy.
Somebody just brought up in the chat The Last Starfighter. Yeah, Last Starfighter is great. I love Last.
People hate The Last Starfighter.
Well, it's objectively bad, but it's a good. It's charming, is what it is.
Also, can we agree Brett Eisner was only a thing because his dad ran Disney for 20 years?
Yeah. Loquacious Primate. Does Dune count? It's a bad movie, even though it's a
yes, it so counts. That movie is terrible.
I wasn't too crazy about the book either. I never finished it.
Book fans don't like the movie.
There was one. Actually, there was another movie I was thinking about. There was a movie actually with Roy Scheider. I brought this up with Doomcock during the Trek log one time. It's not necessarily a bad movie, but it's an overlooked movie. It's called Sorcerer, where Roy Scheider has to a group of people in South America, group of guys in South America, have to transport nitroglycerin over the mountains.
Yeah, we talked about that one a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, with longer than that. It was we talked about that, but it was and actually, part of Solo actually kind of reminded me of that movie too.
Maybe that's what you brought it up. Then, yeah, you could be right.
Yeah. But none of us mentioned Independence Day. I just realized.
Mm-hmm. But there's a great scene though in Sorcerer where there's a fork in the road, and Roy Scheider is saying to his guide, he says, "No, we should take this road. It's higher. We're better off taking this road." And he goes, "No, we follow the map. We follow the map. And they get to this rickety bridge, and the guide is ready to run away, and Roy Scheider's like, "Oh no, you don't. You want me to come down this road? You're guiding me over this bridge." So I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen a movie in years. I remember watching one night, watching with my father one night years ago. I'm gonna have to find that actually if I can. I think it's probably on. I don't think it's out on Blu-ray yet. I don't think it's on Blu-ray. Let me see. Sorry,
I'm not sure. I think we looked that night. I can't remember. Enemy Mine. I love that movie.
I don't think American Werewolf in London got good reviews when it first came out.
I know at least got noticed for its effects. The 1994 Fantastic Four movie, I'm going to admit, to me is actually the closest to the actual Fantastic Four.
Oh, it is. It is the best movie by far of the three.
And as corny as a lot of it comes off, it's just because it's not finished. Like, the reason why Dr. Doom's voice sounds as shitty as it does in that, if you've actually seen it, is because they never got the guy to come back and redo his voiceover.
Get Doomcock to redub it.
Right. No shit. We should do a version of Fantastic Four with Doomcock doing the voice. Or Andre, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that thing ever going to get a Blu-ray release?
Oh, Sorcerer is available on Blu-ray.
Oh, the Fantastic Four, I don't think ever will, right? Didn't they have something? I think you guys were saying that, right? The Fantastic Four will never see the light of day. Somebody was saying that I heard.
Yeah, Roger Corman.
People got leaked out. It's been leaked out for years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like an official Blu-ray release.
Oh no, it'll never get an official one. Probably not until certain rights and stuff lapse on it and stuff. Probably because what happened was there was a VHS that leaked out years ago, and then the director wanted to get a copy of the movie made, so he talked to wherever it was that he had to go to, probably Constantine Films and whatnot, to get a DVD struck of the print. And he claims somebody between the process of him getting the print and somebody who was probably working on the print leaked it online. So there is a DVD copy online now of Fantastic.
Oh, cool. Cool. Oh, cool.
That's the one I've linked you to a few times, Rob, but I don't think you've ever watched it.
No, I'm gonna have to download it. Well, no, I can't say that. I'm supposed to download. No, I'm gonna have to find a way to link back to that movie, and as a way of being able to access it easier.
It's actually online. On my old channel. I don't care. It's never gotten struck yet. So
yeah. Tim Augustin, are you a fan of Down Periscope? Actually, I have not seen it. I know
I actually like that movie.
Yeah, I think it was kind of okay.
I remember not expect. I mean, I went to see it in the theater, and I was like, "Yeah, that's going to be all right." And it ended up being a hell of a lot better than I thought it was. Yesterday, I found a nail, in my food. Yesterday, it was a Band-Aid. Band-Aid was holding on the nail, sir.
There was actually animated movie with
Oh, I just remember there's another semi-enjoyable bad movie. The 1990 version of Captain America is kind of enjoyably bad. Where he's played by J.D. Salinger's like son, and he steals everyone's car.
Yeah, the 1990 Captain America movie. I saw that.
I have that on Blu-ray.
Straight to video. Yeah.
I remember seeing that the first time. I think it was on Showtime, and I actually liked it as a kid. I mean, as a kid, you don't notice the fucking shit.
There was a movie actually I never got to see. It was an animated movie back in the 80s. Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin. Animated movie in 3D. I don't know how. It's probably online somewhere.
Yeah, I genuinely hope that one line in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, where the Black Widow says, like, "Where'd you learn how to steal cars?" is a direct joke of that movie.
Probably.
Oh, you mean the callback to Captain America?
Yeah, 1990, because he steals like people's cars like 3 times.
That's so stupid. He does it twice too. I think I'm gonna be sick. Pull over. And who's gonna get out the car?
That's how he uses super strength by just running faster than old men.
Well, just that. Why would the other person get out the car too? Unless you're a girl, most times people just let you puke, especially if you're a guy. You just let the guy do his thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Unless he falls over, you don't worry about it.
That's true.
But no, the weird thing again about that 1990 Captain America is how close it is actually to the comic in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
but they
girlfriend
utilize,
his girlfriend's not Peggy Carter; it's Sharon Carter in that version, which is actually more accurate to the comics.
They changed it now because her being the daughter makes it kind of creepy. Yeah. That's what most of the reviews said at the time too.
Yeah,
but point being, they used a lot of the same storyline for the newer film too. That's what's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm sorry, that still made me a little bit weird in Captain America: Civil War. I'm like, yep, this is your granddaughter. I'm like, I'm going after that.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the newer one, I think it's her niece or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's her niece. Yeah.
It's still a little bit weird. Yes. Well, they cut that out of Infinity War, so I guess no one cared too much.
Well, that or they just didn't want to touch it.
I wanted to see the Sweeney because Haley Atwell's in it, but I don't think it got released in the theaters here.
Someone told me that apparently she was in like a mini series recently as like a slave mistress.
Oh, giggity! Haley Atwell. Well, to the internet.
What now? Who?
Hey, her stuff got leaked in the last couple of weeks. I'm not saying do anything. It happened.
She got. Oh yeah, there's been a photo. Well, it's just a photo of her tuchus. So I mean.
Of course, you already checked.
You already left.
Well, you thought I wasn't going to?
There was a 70s Captain America TV movie, a couple of them actually. Yeah, Patrick Ollinger, I have those as well. Not as big.
There's a photo of Cheese Woman actually.
And I think the reason that was another one.
Oh, Brie Larson. Okay.
Yeah, there's one of.
Well, I think of her as a plank of wood. I don't think of her as cheese.
Oh, Brie Cheese. So
why? Because cheese has dots in it.
Mikey Spock used to be the plank of wood.
Yeah. What was the name of the series that Haley Atwell was in? Did you talk about?
I don't remember what.
Three Below, Tales of Arcadia.
I think it was something more recent.
She was in Howard's End.
That was actually pretty good. I actually saw that.
Oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
I think we shall be happy here at Howard's End.
I think it
You
was
mean
called
Howard-
The Long Song.
You mean Howard Stern's End? I just want the deed. What do you think of that? Hey, baby, take off your top. Why, the nerve. You're just like my wife. You say what you never do. So,
Yeah, it was a 3-part BBC like miniseries, and she was in it.
Life of Crime.
The Long Song's what it's called.
The Long Song. Okay, not finding.
You sure it wasn't the long dong?
Giggity.
She's a cruel slave mistress in this movie miniseries.
Line of. Well, I'm not finding Haley Atwell Long Song anywhere.
The Long Song is what it's called. I'm found on Wikipedia already.
Oh, dang. IMDb, update your shit. That seems to be my thing. I'm telling them, we tell everybody update their shit. Oh, here is the Long Song TV series. Caroline Mortimer.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay. To Google. Haley Atwell. Hey. Well, yes, this is what I'm reduced to.
It was really good in that movie about Jimi Hendrix too.
Really?
And she was Jimi Hendrix's girlfriend.
They made a movie about Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, it's called I forget what it's called.
Was it in theaters or?
No, it was theatrical.
Hmm.
I think there's actually been a couple about Jimmy. One was
Yeah.
Of course, it has to be. It's not like he was like nobody. Yeah, Jimmy all by my side. She was Kathy Actionham, I think her name was.
Okay. Hey, almost 36.
I know. I wouldn't have guessed. I would have said like 20 some still.
Well, I would say more like, like maybe 28, 29. But
Well, then again, she was like 29 when she did Captain America: First Avenger, so that's maybe where my
She
mind's
could
going.
be 86. I
That's-
don't care. I'm still boning her.
that's almost 10 years ago. Man.
2011, yeah. And I don't care how many people disagree with me. She's still the best female character in the MCU. I don't care if you like Black Widow or Scarlet Witch. It's Peggy Carter or nobody.
Yes.
I don't even remember the character hardly.
Peggy Carter.
Oh man, you're in so trouble. You want so much trouble.
They made her British literally to appeal to foreign audiences.
You need to rewatch the first Captain America movie, and then the series is pretty good. I haven't seen the second season, though.
Second season's good.
I did like Agent Carter, yeah.
It's only like 5 episodes each, I think.
Well,
10.
it's
10?
10,
It's a sort of show that I'm like, I wish I'd gone on longer.
yeah.
I guess the weird thing is,
First woman of S.H.I.E.L.D. Or first...
Yeah.
the weird thing is, you read the comics, Peggy Carter is a pretty minuscule character. She was just Captain America's girlfriend at one point, and then nothing. There's really nothing to her. She was American girlfriend number 1. They made her so much better in the MCU.
No, strong female character.
Yeah, and they didn't have to, address it too much either.
And they didn't have to tear Cap. They didn't have to make Cap look like a boob in order to do that.
That, and she was so beautiful in Captain America: First Avenger.
Oh yeah, we're gonna sound like. Do you ever see Archer the Hollywood when they went to Hollywood?
Oh yeah, where they become
Archer,
like detective
Archer
agencies.
PI, yeah, Archer PI. Yeah, there was that recurring joke about what the actress's name? Veronica
Dean.
Veronica Dean, yeah, the recurring joke. Oh, that dress, yeah. That's I feel like that when she walked into the bar and Haley Atwell walked into the bar with the red dress on. Yeah, that's how a woman gets attention. Woman wants attention when she wears red.
I like their military outfit. I'm probably the weird one here, but
well, you got that masochistic streak in you. You're like a strong, authoritative woman.
I like my strong, authoritative, middle-aged women. Yes.
God, 36 is not really mid. Well, 36 is kind of middle age, but middle age is. Yeah.
Don't make me feel old.
No.
Yes, OG Spock. I do like Haley Atwell.
I got a birthday coming up. I'm older than you. Okay.
Yeah, I got a birthday coming up next month too.
Shannon Elizabeth is 45 now. I feel old. Just remember one thing, okay? Okay. Take a look at. I told a friend of mine not that long ago. somebody know she was depressed over turning 48. I said, go and watch the first season of All in the Family. Edith Bunker is 48 years old. That's what a 48-year-old woman looked like back in 1970. Okay. You would guess 58 back, but like I said, people take better care of themselves now. People they exercise more, they eat better, medications better, stuff like that's better. Everybody, but 48 is not really that old now, and neither is
48 is the new 28.
Yes, so don't feel so bad.
Remember when Edith Bunker abruptly died?
Yeah, nobody forgets that.
And that's when it became Archie Bunker's place.
Second only on the list to the time she was raped.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I remember that. Holy shit.
Oh, that was intense. Oh my god.
It was that generation's version of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Mm-hmm. But what else what were we talking about? Oh Haley Atwell's boobies.
Yes, they are very nice.
Yes, you would know. Old Man Picard, did you ever see Haley Atwell's boobies?
No, but if I did, I'd probably die of a heart attack.
Oh, yes. You saw Counselor Troy's boobies.
I cannot confirm or deny.
No, you cannot confirm or deny. Oh.
They don't wear bras in the future.
They don't.
Gravity is so much lighter, you don't need them.
Are they? Oh, well, it's because of the lighter gravity.
Yes. All of them are perky. Even mine are perky right now.
Just realized she was in 2 of the Disney live-action remakes, and in both movies they gave her nothing to do.
Who was that?
Haley Atwell, because she's Cinderella's mom in the Cinderella remake, and she's the wife in Christopher Robin.
Yeah, that took me by surprise. I didn't know she was even in the fucking movie when I first saw it. I was like, oh shit, that's Haley Atwell.
Like they give her beret like she's Yoko Ono.
Hold on now. Oh, John Lennon, he was all Beatles.
Speaking of Christopher Robin, what's with the hate fest on that movie all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Because
it's popping
very
up on a bunch of worst of lists and shit. That movie gave me the feels, man.
Worse? I'm like, okay, I don't love that movie, but even amongst the remakes, it's not even close to the bottom.
Well, and plus you at least have what's-his-face doing the voice of Pooh and Tigger and stuff.
Jim Cummings, yeah. I met at a convention.
Yeah, he's not the original, but, he's been doing it the longest.
Since like 94. He's a genuinely awesome guy, by the way.
Oh, Jim Cummings is a fucking god.
Come on, Eeyore. Why are you so sad all the time? I've got a nail in my anus.
Oh, Eeyore. Is there a pain in your bottom?
Yes, it is. Someone done drilled a nail into me.
Yes,
Katie?
Yes.
Yours getting nailed? What?
He's got a nail where his tail is attached to.
Holds in my tail.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
right, Rob.
Yeah.
Down here, and everything you say is the worst thing you've ever said.
The guy does Eeyore as the voice of Optimus Prime.
No, it's Brad Garrett.
Yeah, in the new movie, yes, but yeah, for a while, I believe you're right. I think he was for a while doing the voice.
The original voice of Eeyore.
Yeah, check that. That doesn't sound right.
Maybe not the OG, but during the 80s, 90s, maybe. Yeah, I don't know who did it originally. I'd have to look because the original ones were all done by classic Disney guys.
Well, you're right. Peter Cullen did voice Eeyore.
Did he do the original one too? He's been around that long. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Peter Cullen was like 77.
They don't have him do it anymore. That's lame.
Mm.
I mean, Brad Garrett was okay, but you can tell it's fucking Brad Garrett doing the voice.
I mean,
I love Family Guy. Coming up next, Brad Garrett and Robert.
Well, apparently Peter Cullen was actually the voice of King Kong in the 1977 remake.
Really?
Yeah, he did voiceover work for that. Yes, that I knew. Yes.
And Predator. He was voice of Predator.
Really? Guy's got it going on for himself.
Yeah, he was Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore, as late as 2009. They only just recently replaced him.
Okay. Oh boy.
Frank
what else?
Welker is usually the guy who does most. Whenever you have like an animal, he's the guy who usually does it. So I'm surprised I didn't get him. But yeah,
Oh, that's the best article I ever read was when they were talking about where's the Beauty and the Beast cast now, and then when they got to Frank Welker, it said Frank Welker's voiced everything and will continue to voice everything.
everything. You know Frank Welker's voice.
Yeah,
You've heard it a million.
if you see an animal voice in any movie, it's Frank Welker.
His actual voice is closest to like Ray and Fred on Scooby Doo. That's what is like close to his real voice.
I'm pretty sure he's done Fred. Sorry.
I was just say he's done everything though, from the Gremlins to every, like you said, the original Bull on the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's been Fred in almost everything. Like I'm pretty sure there was like cutaway gags on Family Guy where it's still Frank Welker.
I think he's still the actual Fred voice, if I'm not mistaken. He's the
He
only
still is.
Oh, yes.
You talk about Fred, and one of my earliest bits that I ever wrote was about how the Scooby Doo gang were all smoking pot in the back of the van. And so Shaggy was the dealer.
I got this oh shit here, Scoob.
Yeah. Yeah, he's lighting up a big, and Shaggy's getting all like, you think they drove that psychedelic van for a reason, man? They're all getting high in the back.
Well, obviously, it was the late 60s.
Hey,
well, James Gunn's original script for Scooby-Doo leaked online years ago, and there was a shit ton of pot jokes and sexual innuendos that got cut out. The only pot joke that is left is that one joke in the beginning.
Mary Jane.
Well, that too. But in the beginning, when they're in the van and you see the smoke come out and you think they're smoking and they're actually frying zucchini or whatever, that's the only joke that was left.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
and then the script was Velma a lesbian in that version.
Yeah.
But the Scooby-Doo gang, they're all supposed to represent the New England colleges. They're all
really,
yeah. They're all
really. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Velma's supposed to be Smith College. I think Fred is Amherst. Shaggy is Dartmouth, and Daphne. I can't remember. Daphne is. I can't remember what Daphne is. Yeah, somebody told me.
you.
Gravity is hot.
F you, yeah, yes. Let me go look it up. Yeah, but one of my earliest bits they ever wrote was about them smoking pot in the back of that psychedelic van. Hey Fred, got any more of those Scooby snacks? I got the munchies. Just
I got munchies, Fred.
In the original script for James Gunn, did he make Velma a lesbian like everyone always says?
I don't know.
I think she is.
I know I've heard that so many times. And so many people don't know.
Yeah, her lesbian jokes got cut out of that script too.
Yeah, of course.
I was like a little short about how Johnny Bravo dating Velva. That was always good. Snopes actually claims this is false. The 5 characters in Scooby-Doo represent 5 Eastern colleges. False.
Aww.
Status false. Okay.
Actually, there was an episode of with Johnny Bravo crossover with Scooby-Doo. That happened once.
Yeah, but too bad there's not more to.
Sorry, no. Scooby, this lovable mutt, is representative of UMass. Shaggy, the freaky stone weirdo, is supposed to be a guy from Hampshire. Fred, the gorgeous, intelligent gentleman, is meant to embody Amherst, even though that certainly doesn't represent the current day Amherst guy. Velma, she's the lesbian. Smith, definitely. Daphne, the beautiful chick, the grand prize for any UMass hole is Mount Holyoke. As a Mount Holyoke girl. Theory's been backed up by many people. Stereotypes here are not necessarily true or up to date, but they're kind of funny. Origins, common facet of the collegiate life, conjecture, possible. Okay, way distinct to other guys. Okay, attend institutions. My school's came close, particularly collegiate. Okay, yeah. Well, it's on Snopes, but I've heard that many times before. They claim it's false, but come on, the '60s, the late '60s, there's got to be some truth to that.
It's probably about as true as the Beast actually having a real name, because I listened to the commentary for Beauty and the Beast. They flat out say at one point, shit, we forgot to give him a name. His name is Beast.
Beast. Hank McCoy, Beast.
His real name was Gordon.
Tekkaman, is it Tekkaman Bald or Tekkaman Blade? And Johnny Bravo wouldn't do well in today's audience. I loved Johnny Bravo. Bravo was hysterical.
But yeah,
Oh, great. It's so good.
the movie has such a history, but it's like it's kind of quick, so it wouldn't really make a good video. But that's basically it. You know the scene in Jay and Silent Bob when they meet the Scooby-Doo gang? That was more like the Scooby-Doo movie we were supposed to get. They were going to do a hard R parody kind of movie at one point, and then they got cold feet.
I wish they would have.
It's almost the same movie though. The only difference is they just took out all the pot, lesbian, and sexual innuendo jokes between Fred. And they left some of the stuff between Fred and Daphne, but not very much.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I like Jane. You know, there's that one part where Daredevil just appears in Jay and Silent Bob for no reason.
Probably because Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck and you know, Kevin Smith loves Daredevil.
Oh, speaking of, Jay and Silent Bob movie is a go.
Oh, yeah, I heard
yes,
that,
yes,
yeah.
let's talk about that. Yes,
Oh, nice.
yes. Let's bring that article up since we're talking about and Silent Bob.
The best scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is the ending where they're just kicking the shit out of the trolls.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! All right, Jay and Silent Bob. From 14 hours ago. Do we have to take it from Up Rocks? They suck.
If you don't want to.
No, Up Rocks is like a terrible, like millennial version of.
Well, I have because it has the actual pick.
Upchucks?
Whichever one you want.
Up Rocks.
Don't use Upchucks. Don't use Upchucks.
It's actually I could just get it from his Twitter.
Yeah.
Just go straight from the source.
There you go. Kevin Wright spent the first day of 2019 having a Jay and Silent Bob reboot pre-production meeting at our holiday roomy WeWork office. Jay Muse took this pic of me and Jordan Monsanto to both mark the moment and to document what we were the only dopes in Hollywood working on the holiday. God, look how much weight he's lost.
That's
He's no longer
incredible.
wearing that stupid jersey anymore, too.
Wow.
I struggled to lose 10 pounds. He lost 50.
Well, he kind of had a heart attack to help him.
He almost died.
Still though. Yeah, now Kevin said he looks fantastic. You gotta give it up to him, man. Really.
Yeah.
They said the only reason why he's alive today is because he smoked so much weed. It kept him calm.
Yeah.
No, really, it kept him
Yeah,
calm.
true.
Yeah.
His artery is I can't remember the name. The artery was 100% blocked. And yeah, it's just,
Well, he didn't go to the hospital at first. He thought he was just sick. He didn't realize he was having a heart attack.
Yeah, and they said to him, "No, you're having a heart attack, dude. You got to go to the hospital." Yeah, Mr. Twisted became a vegetarian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if only you could get freaking the guy who played Randall to come back so he can do Clerks 3.
And here he's Kevin Smith becomes a vegetarian, loses 50 pounds, and here I am. I'm eating meatball subs in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not sure I heard anything about Mallrats too. I know for a while they were talking about turning it into a series, and I haven't heard anything on that since. And then you're right.
Why can't Netflix bring back the Clerks TV show?
It would be so awesome if they did, but problem is Jeff Anderson for some reason has got some issue. I think most of it has to do with money. Because it seemed like that was what he was so pissed off about during Clerks 2 was that he felt that they didn't get their just due. You know, I
Still came back for Zach and Miri.
Yeah, he's done shit with him, but I don't know what it was that because he was all on board to do Clerks 3, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind. I don't get it.
No, I wouldn't make it without him either. He is responsible for the best scene, maybe Kevin Smith's career.
You can't.
You can't make it without Randall.
The porch monkey scene is the best scene in the entire filmography of Kevin Smith.
Well, yeah, Randall is Clerks. That's you can't. And to me, Clerks 2 is undersung Kevin Smith movies as far as that goes because
I liked it.
The way the movie came together at the end was just for that time was a perfect way to end the View Askew universe. Hopefully, until now. But I was looking forward to Clerks 3. I was looking forward to Mallrats. At least we're getting Jay and Silent Bob, I guess.
Yeah. Which, how do we feel about Jay and Bob Strike Back? Because parts of it I like, parts of it I don't.
Oh, I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. But to me, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is basically his Hollywood version of a comedy. You know, I mean, he even comments on it throughout the film. So it was, and to this day, I think it was one of his most expensive movies. So I think
was it a hit?
15 million. Yeah, actually, I think it did fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock is in it.
I have to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
I didn't see it till later.
Oh, I was there on opening day.
It's weird.
I've so far to see Clerks 2. I was so glad because Jay and Silent Bob actually got a full-fledged release, like on a full 2,000, 3,000 screens or whatever, instead of just 1,000.
I'm not making this up. I saw Jam Bob Strike Back on like ABC.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
up.
It was like early in the morning. It was like one of those like we'll see you after the movie, and they had a commercial breaks every so often. And looking back, it's really strange.
How could they do that? That was like the first time I watched Pulp Fiction on TV. Probably. That is the funniest shit. If you ever get a chance, watch the TV version of Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I know. I love that version.
Mr. Twisted Dogma is probably my favorite Kevin Smith film.
Ooh, that's how you feel about chasing.
Expensive though. That one 8 million, and I think he got 10 or 15. I can't remember which for Jay and Silent Bob.
Not a Chasing Amy fan.
I like Chasing Amy, but it's to me that's probably his most overrated one. Even though it's good, don't get me wrong, it's a great movie. It's just like that's the one that everybody always throws out there first, and it's like he's got a lot of other stuff that gets undersung.
Like random, don't hate me, but since you're the lesbian in the group, what do you think of that movie?
I know it's kind of my least favorite because it's the romance movie, and it's such a bad sort of view on A, lesbianism, and B, relationship stuff. I think it's kind of dumb. Like Ben Affleck's just kind of dumb in that.
Well, to be fair, you're only half lesbian though.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I love the movie. To me, it's just the harder watch.
Yeah.
It's the most personal of Kevin Smith's movies, probably, and B, that movie gets to me if you've ever been in a really fucked up relationship.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the whole lesbian thing isn't even really.
Well, that's a side kind of thing.
When you learn later on, she never really was a lesbian because she'd been with all kinds of fucking people. She's finger cuffs for fuck's sake.
That's always awkward. Mm-hmm. You find something about somebody you respect and you just can't go over it.
See, because that's the misconception about the movie that I don't like when people really get on it, because it's like, it's not really about the lesbian aspect as much as you think. Really, if you get down to the heart of it, she's not even as much of a lesbian as she leads on in the beginning of the movie. And it's not like she hides it later on. She basically says, I've fucked all these people,
That's sort of a way to get, that's sort of a mechanism that they introduce to show you that it's that he likes her for her,
right?
Not as just as somebody he's trying to get in bed with,
and vice versa. That's her whole point. Is she never, and she even kind of says that she's not basically. Yeah, it's more of somebody brought up pansexual, but then I don't even know if they had that term necessarily.
It was not a thing back then.
Black Cat 42, thank you. But yeah, at that point, she even just says it's not about who you're having sex with, it's who you love, and that person. It could be a guy, it could be a girl. I just never, limited myself to that. How does she put it in the movie? Because it's been a while since I've seen it. Traditional in quotations way that you see a relationship. It's that scene where they're on the swings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because even before she kind of lets on anything that she's been with any men before, because she even admits that's her fault for leading him on in a way to kind of make him think that he was the only guy she'd ever been with or whatever. Well, that's the thing. That movie's so complicated. Is the humor in it's great, but it gets overshadowed by the drama and all the shit in the movie itself. So it's a tougher watch for some people. I can totally understand that. That's where Mallrats and Jay and Silent Bob are all just candy.
Yeah.
The best character in Chasing Amy is obviously Dwight Euling as Hooper X.
Right. And more of that movie is about Banky realizing that he's gay than anything.
Yeah.
Does every black man want to be white though?
Sometimes, and not all the time, but just sometimes, I like the idea of a woman with a horse.
I keep saying I still use the line from Jane Silent Bob about when referencing my brother Dave. See this, pointing to my wrist. This is the pulse of pop culture, this is your finger off the pulse and up your ass.
Well, that's what it offers because they don't know what the fuck the internet is. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, but my brother Dave is like that.
Internet.
Though.
People get together to watch porn and bitch about movies.
But that's what I say about my brother Dave. Though, whenever he's never heard of something, see this is the pulse of pop culture, and this is your finger way off the pulse.
Wasn't it the one line where Ben Affleck going like, "Don't forget these are fictional characters."
Fictional characters.
Yeah. Who they got playing us? Says here James Vanderbeek and Jason Biggs. No way.
Dawson's Creek.
Hey, pie fucker, get over here.
I was the pie fucker. I don't give a shit. I love Jay and Silent Bob. Sauce, bitch.
Big Gator 5, that scene in Chasing Amy is the Black Rage scene.
Well, blunt man, I'm gonna bust your balls.
Am I the odd one out because I like the animated series?
Oh no.
The
Okay.
series is good.
The
I
animated
really like it.
amazing. No.
I recently saw that recently because I hadn't seen it before. I'm like, this is really good.
It was.
You know,
Travesty how that show got treated. That's still hands down probably one of the funniest fucking cartoons of all time.
Yeah, I love it. I watched it like when it aired.
Really?
you know, like
Yeah.
On tape, yeah.
Didn't they cancel it like not even before it was fully done?
Yeah.
That's all they showed was 2 episodes. And they showed them out of order, which
Mhm.
made no fucking sense because if you don't show the second episode right after the first episode, they showed episode 4 and then they showed episode 2. If you don't watch episode 2 right after the first show, you don't get half the jokes.
no.
Mhm.
All the callbacks are to the first episode because they've only had 1 episode. That's the joke. It's supposed to be one of those
Yeah.
where they do all these remember times back
Mhm.
episodes.
In the freezer.
Yeah. They used to call them back in the day. Rob knows what I mean,
The
probably.
flashback episodes. It was to kind of save money and to kind of catch you
Call
up.
it a filler episode. Yeah, save money.
Like a clip show.
It's sad that they talk about what could have been future episodes, and there would have been one where Randall buys Kit.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. The one scene that they keep flashing back to is a scene from the first episode because they have nothing else to flash. And that's the best part is that last time on Clear, run for the first episode. Because there was nothing. I love that show. That was amazing how they fucked that up. ABC can shove it up their ass on that one.
Yeah.
They fucked themselves on that. That show could still be going to this day.
Oh, it was so good.
Hilarious.
I prefer that to the movies almost sometimes.
I counted in
that part, but
They ran those at 6 episodes on that they had completed on Comedy Central. Yeah.
Oh, I've
Sunday
got the
nights
DVDs
works.
still, so.
Yeah, you were saying about Chasing Amy though. You know, there was that one scene, the car scene. Like, yeah, I wasn't. There was a moment. There was one instance in my life where I had my own version of the car scene with me and this
Oh,
girl
no.
singing at the time. Yeah, it was all. But halfway through when we were going back and forth, I just said to myself, this seems awfully familiar for some reason. And so I was like, oh, okay. But you know, she was getting back with her boyfriend, and she's with somebody else and it's got a kid now, so she's happy. So, but
the scene before that where they buy the painting in like the store was kind of amusing.
Bree, is that who you're referring to? Are you
What?
talking- the character Caitlin? Is that what you're referencing? Or
Me?
yeah.
With Ben Affleck and the girl in the car. Yeah.
Oh, and Chasing Amy. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like one of the part where he tries to hit on her when he knows that she's lesbian. That scene.
No, the one where it's raining and he says, he gives that whole speech. He goes, "I'm not even asking you to love me back. It's okay, you know."
Yeah, that scene. And she just runs out and just fights him and then comes back.
Yeah.
I love you.
You know, there's this whole horrible thing where she was like, "Everybody's mad at me except you. You were the only one who wasn't." I was like, "Oh Christ!"
Like a Kevin Smith scene all over. You know.
It's like Kevin. Like my entire, my entire life at that point was a Kevin Smith movie. I'm like, damn it!
It has really gotten shit on in the last few years, and I don't see why. It's like he made movies for himself. It's not like he told everybody or lied to everybody by making you think these movies were going to be something other than they were. So it's not like I don't understand a lot of the vitriol that he gets. Like, yeah, he's a shill for the studios. He always has been. It's almost like it's his thing. It's not like it's expected. It's like
He's never said a bad thing about Michael Rooker his whole life.
Well, he's not going to say anything bad about anybody ever, usually. He's not that kind of guy, period. So it's not like I expected out of him. He's always been the good Christian boy who never has anything bad to say. You know?
Kush, yeah. Kush, I never seen Red State.
Great fucking movie. So that's one of his more underrated ones, too. It's not a horror movie, as a lot of people kind of said it was. Remember Waco, Texas? When that shit went...
Oh, with David Koresh.
Yeah.
Yes, that
wasn't Texas, I don't think, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, Waco.
Yeah, based on Waco and the Catholic League. So it's like
Never mind, it wasn't.
The Catholic League decided that they were going to lock themselves in and all this shit after they had killed some gay guys and the cops were on them. So they're like all locked into their compound and shit. That's what the movie's about. Fucking John Goodman's amazing in that. And what's his face? Shit. Just forgot his name too. He was
let me check.
The Tarantino movies and stuff like that. He just died too not too long ago.
Michael Parks?
Yes. He's awesome in that. Awesome. You need to check that out, Rob, if you have not seen that. It's not like a horror movie or anything. It's like a straight on drama kind of movie.
Yeah, that's what put me off of it. Everyone kept saying it was a horror movie.
It's not. It's not in the least. It's got a horrific opening, and that's probably why most people say that. But that's just because that's just the setup for the whole thing. Is because they kidnap and they torture these two gay guys is what they do. And then it's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, and then eventually they get them, like the FBI or whatever. ATF or whatever has them all like pinned in, and John Goodman's like the head of the ATF or whatever.
Yeah. John Goodman was really good when he was in Community too.
And
yeah,
it kind of really sets the movie off. Is there's this air raid siren horn or something that goes off for some reason, and they think it's the call of the apocalypse. They think it's the horns of the apocalypse, so they like double down and shit like that. It's fucked up movie. It's good though. It's really good.
You know, it's funny that John Goodman led actions is what leads to my favorite episode of Community of all time. That's the Pillows and Blankets episode that made fun of Ken Burns.
That's a great episode. I love that episode.
I know everyone thinks Chaos Theory is the best episode, but sorry.
The Pillowtonians met the blanket, repelled the Blanketsburg soldiers. No ground was exchanged.
It's not.
What was the little line? It was like a pillow man. It was 25% man, 25% pillow, all 100% badass, something like that.
Pillow pants.
Pillow man.
Part man, part pillow, all terror. Something like that. Yeah.
David, Pillow Man or Marshmallow Man though?
David Keith, yeah, it's the narrator.
Keith David.
Pillow pants.
Oh, Keith David, yeah, sorry.
What the fuck is pillow pants? It's her pussy.
I don't know.
Let me guess, you haven't even kissed her yet. No, we can't. Why not? Because of Lister Fiend? Let me guess. The troll that lives in her mouth? I know, right? Women.
Are they ever going to do that Community movie?
Everybody must have forgot.
What?
I said that was from Clerks 2, folks. I said everybody must have forgot.
Yeah, I only saw it, like, I haven't seen it since it was in the theaters.
I haven't seen it recently. I remember a lot of scenes, and I remember the Porch Monkey scene almost word for word, but I don't remember that scene.
Something like that. Everybody I know wants to see a fucked up donkey show.
Oh, also the Lord of the Rings scene. Everyone remembers that scene as well.
That is a classic, yes. But he did that. I already knew that joke because he did it in one of his college gigs that was on video.
Yeah, I've seen that, but he's still amazing going up. Like, the only return is of the Jedi. My movie didn't have seven endings, and it didn't also end with Frodo breaking it in Sam's mouth.
I just made some Lord of the Rings geek puke himself.
Jake one time says to me, he said he was going to write some fan fiction, but he was too lazy. Lord of the Rings would cross over with DC Comics. You know, Superman, you have become a conjurer of cheap tricks. You shall not pass. Yeah, Frodo, do you think Batman knows about second breakfast, 11's afternoon tea? So, Jake, we got to check in on Jake, see how he's doing in the shed.
Seen him online.
Not it.
Damn it.
Oh,
You have to go feed.
Not it.
You have to go feed Melman too.
Yeah, you got to feed Melman.
I got
Not
a
it.
shovel. If you don't need to feed him, I got a shovel.
All right,
I don't
guys.
know if it will work.
It's getting really late here.
He likes to be hand fed, but you got to pull your hand back real quick.
Yeah, and he likes salmon.
It's like a bear.
He is. That's kind of the idea. All right,
one thing I'll
kids.
Melman
mention, which
didn't like to tell Melman that.
didn't the Punisher get a season announced? I think.
I heard
Yeah,
the Punisher canceled Netflix.
Punisher's supposed to be woke or something like that.
I think it's supposed to be Jigsaw. It's supposed to be, I think, the 18th. What they
That
said
I
it's coming
heard.
out.
Jigsaw is the main villain, I guess. Yeah.
I've never cared for Jigsaw.
Punisher release date, cast, villain. What we know.
Well,
Jigsaw.
I don't know why they just didn't do Bullseye.
They're never gonna do them now.
I loved Colin Farrell as fucking
I was gonna
Bullseye.
say that's weirdly not like the best part of that movie is.
I love
the
him.
actress.
Bullseye. That was amazing. I want a fucking costume.
Yeah. Okay, kids. It's getting really late where I am. What do you say we wrap this puppy up?
Okay.
Okay. If you like what we do here, do we all like what we do?
Yep.
Yes.
I have problems with it sometimes. I'm seeing a therapist about it.
Just remember,
I'm getting there though. Every day is a struggle.
one day at a time.
Is
So-
your therapist from New Jersey and have a mafia guy also in the other room?
Forget about it.
Yeah.
This
So-
guy, you.
Well, anyway, press the like button, click subscribe, click the bell icon, press go to the main.
Some people say that they haven't been getting notifications, and a lot of our videos have not been getting as demonetized as they used to right off the bat. So you should be getting notifications. So if you're not, please double check your bell icon.
Yes, double check the bell icon. Actually, YouTube has been unsubscribing people.
Yeah, not just
Again.
the bell, but they'll unsubscribe you all.
Yeah, again. Yeah. I actually got unsubscribed from a couple of channels.
Yeah.
So check your subscriptions. Check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed. Head to the main channel. Click subscribe. Click the bell icon there. Mecca, tell them about your channel.
I am Mega Random 42. I complain about Star Trek Discovery and I praise the Orville. All hail the Orville. And I'm cute and I rant and things. And I have Twitter and Patreon and all that stuff.
And she's our foxy lady.
Yes, our token estrogen.
Yeah.
Tyler, tell them about you.
Oh boy, it's like I write for Midnight's Edge. I'm in the Facebook page all the time. I have my own podcast called the Peanut Butter Podcast. It comes out usually every Saturday, and I got other things too.
Yes. And as I always say, if you really like what we do, you could support the show on Patreon. Patreon subscribers will get all kinds of bonuses. Bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, behind the edge, making of videos, and more. And you've made this available to all Patreon members, haven't you, Tom?
Yep.
Yes, Tom. You made it available to all Patreon members.
Fuck no! I make them pay $100 to see it.
Well, right now you can see.
Yes, it's for anybody who at least pays $1 to our Patreon can see it. Should we just make it for free?
Well, let's we'll do that after. We'll
some people complained on the comments. They're like, I want to see it, but I'm not supporting Patreon because of all the bullshit. So, I mean, and it's not like I can argue. I can argue with that notion because I guess it's everybody's right to boycott something. And
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway,
is working on an alternative yet for Patreon, so let's hold off on that for now.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, we right now on Patreon, we have my stand-up set from December 27th, which is about a week ago. You can see 10 minutes of me on stage, uncut, and Tom has seen it, Mecca's seen it. Tyler, have you seen it?
I have. It had all our greatest hits.
Yes. And you can watch me humiliate myself from a live audience. No.
But like the most horrifying revelation when I started realizing I'm pretty sure I'm related to you because you look like my dad.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. traveling. I was never a traveling salesman, so that's
Rob?
pretty sure.
You said
my
you were a gas man at one time.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
ever consider his house?
No, it was. So anyway, yes. So like I said, so right now at Patreon, like I said, to all patrons, it is available there. How we're gonna be considering alternatives very soon, but that's where it is at the moment. So you can enjoy that. Everyone, check out our friends Dick Van Doomcock. Check out Gary Beekler over Nerdrotic. Check out Ren at Ren Rants. Check out Clownfish. Check out SC Reviews. Check out Professor Geek. Check out who am I forgetting?
Check out those gams.
Check out those boobies.
Mauler.
Yes, Mauler's got great videos.
And check out Haley Atwell, because why not? We all love her.
Yes, check her out. Egotastic Fun Time. Yes, CD Horton, Egotastic Fun Time. We need to have JP on one of these soon. Okay, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Any final words, guys? Final words?
Quadruple.
Mecca?
Arugula.
Tyler?
New Spock does look like Let It Be Paul McCartney.
Yes. But
yes. And final words, boobies. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we will catch you next time.
Take care.